Pokemon! It's just for kids, right? It's all just for fun and games. Wrong! I reached out to my community here on YouTube to compile tips and tricks and things that we wish we knew before we started collecting Pokemon cards. Welcome back to the channel, Pokemaniacs. And today, like I said, we are going over some tips and tricks for things that I wish I knew before getting into Pokemon cards. So hopefully this helps you out. Maybe you're new, maybe you're even experienced, you're looking to kind of spice things up. We're gonna get you covered. But maybe this is the first time you're joining me. I am Pokemaniac Stephen, and here we love Pokemon. So we do everything from Pokemon unboxings, Pokemon card openings, and tips and tricks just like today. So come along on this Pokemon journey, subscribe, and catch all of the videos. Alright, kicking it off with our first tip. This one coming from Reebs013, also a fantastic channel, be sure to check her out. She says, when I was a kid, I never knew card sleeves existed, so none of my cards as a kid were protected. I didn't find out that card sleeves existed until I was an adult. And DJ Superstar 500, also on YouTube, says, don't forget them in your pocket. It's actually a really huge thing, so make sure you're protecting your cards. I know even me as a kid, which, I mean, that was 20 plus years ago, but as a kid, you always want to protect your cards. Sometimes people throw them in their pocket. Kids don't take care of things, and then years down the line, you realize, man, that was actually worth something. Or even for your personal collection, you're like, man, I really wish I would have taken care of that. So I do have a video where I go over tips and tricks and products that I use to protect my cards, so I'll link that up there just in case you want to go review that video. Next up, Gaming with Bryce on YouTube says, trainer boxes come with a lot of stuff I don't use, which honestly is pretty good insight. So if you've ever opened up an Elite Trainer box, kind of like this Vivid Voltage one, or there's a Darkness Ablaze one, they come out for every set. There's a lot of goodies that come inside there, which is great when you're like first starting out, or maybe you really like that set, but it comes with card sleeves, dice, coins, rules, all sorts of stuff in there. And after a while, especially if you're hunting packs and you're trying to get a bunch of cards for a good price, you accumulate a lot of things. Just kind of being aware of what products that you're buying is a really good insight. Maybe you want to switch it up, buy more than one, only one. It all just kind of depends on your goals. But on the flip side, these Elite Trainer boxes, you can probably sell some of that stuff onto the side, which, I mean, get you a couple bucks back. Everything adds up though. So basically just be aware, do some research, what comes in the boxes that you're purchasing so you don't accumulate a lot of junk. Next up, How to Brawl Stars says, 60 of my Pokemon cards were fake. This is actually a larger issue than I think a lot of us realize, but fake Pokemon cards are out there, still, to this day. So be aware. Look at your Pokemon cards, feel them. Do they feel flimsy? Do they feel thin? Hold them up to the light. If the light shines through, might be a fake one. As well as when you're purchasing cards, I know a lot of people like go to Walmart and will buy a box, but make sure it's sealed. If the packs are all jumbled up, maybe skip it. Let that be somebody else's risk. Make sure the seals all look official, look sealed up just fine. Make sure it doesn't look like somebody just kind of like folded it over and tried to like heat it up and melt it back together. Make sure it looks like a very clean cut. If you're suspicious, move on. I do have a couple videos though, throw them up in the eye, where I talk about different companies that I've used that have given me legitimate product for most of the time a good price. So be sure to check those out if you're looking for legitimate sites to use. Amazon is a little bit hit and miss. Personally, I don't use them, but I have heard of a lot of people that do use them, and I think just always be sure to know their return policies. Amazon does have a pretty good return policy though, if there are issues. One more tip coming from me, something I didn't realize when I first was getting into all of this is how much time the hobby actually takes up. So budgeting your time as well as your money is super important. Even just going to buy cards, driving out to Target, not everybody has a Target close by, and then jumping over to Walmart, going over to GameStop, going over to Costco, Sam's Club, whatever it is, like running through all of those stores takes a lot of time and gas. And then you go and open up the cards, and then you go and try to sort the cards. And sorting cards surprisingly takes a lot of time, depending on how in depth you're going. So it's super easy to stack up a lot of hours just around Pokemon cards, which might not be a bad idea if maybe you're trying to keep the kids busy. But there you go, there's a handful of tips for you. Maybe you're just getting into the hobby, maybe you've got some kids who are interested in getting into it and you don't know what you're doing. Hopefully that helps out, but down in the comments, make sure, what do you wish you knew before getting into Pokemon cards? Share that with everybody down below, and be sure to check out the description for links to products that I use, plus all of my social media links. Thanks so much for spending some time with me today. Take care of each other out there, and I'll see you very soon on the next one.